Hi, I just now noticed that we both live in Austin, Texas. Hmm. Anyway, thanks for sharing your plan. I've been a little bit too busy to look at it. Now that I'm really staring at it, I have the picture that you posted on the right-hand screen. It's a complicated roof. And all of these red X's, that that's coming over here from Edit Preferences. Well, I'm using Cheap Architect Premiere, not Home Designer Pro. I don't have a copy of Home Designer Pro. So I guess the first thing I ought to do is make sure I can share the file back with you after I finish working on it right there. You won't find this in Pro, it's only in Premiere so that I can work with Home Designer users. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is go to Edit Preferences for this plan file. Well, I think it's a plan file. Let's see, I'll be under Edit. I'm looking for what's causing those red X's. I like these. These are temporary and automatic. To get rid of them, you just go up here to CAD, then go to points, right there. Delete temporary points, left click, and they're all gone. Okay. I'm going to do an overview so I haven't even looked at your plan. I just started the video. I don't rehearse these things so that it makes me look like a genius. I just take a look. Okay. Well, you're supposed to have a gable here. Yeah, that's a hip. That's correct. This gable here goes all the way over. Okay, I get it. For a new beginning user, I would say this is impossible. But I'm going to do it, and you'll see, hopefully, what's necessary. I assume you chose that green siding, so I'm going to leave that alone. Okay. I'm going to turn the grids off, the visual grid and the snap grid. I never use those. So you've got an outline here. Yeah. It looks like to me you want this to be a gable. So I'm going to go over to the roof tab. Okay, you've already marked it a gable wall. Okay, good. Let's take a look at what the dialog box is ordering. It's ordering no roof and no ceiling. I think in this space you don't want a ceiling, but you do want a roof because there's one in the picture. So we told it to have a gable here, and here, of course, I can't tell what the pitches are supposed to be, but let's see. I think this, yeah, this is supposed to be a gable all the way across. I'm going to do what's called a temporary wall. I'm going to take this wall and extend it over to here. And then I'm going to tell it to have a gable over it. Okay, which you've done. Good. The only thing that you didn't do, oh yeah, it looks like you have auto build roofs on. Okay, let me do an, let's see, yeah, we'll do an overview camera. And I'm going to hit Shift F6 on my keyboard so you can see it's already a little bit closer, kind of, sort of. Not perfect, but we got this gable here that you didn't have, and this is smoothed out. We got a big gable here. What we don't have is this return here. So I guess that was what I'm going to look at next. I'm going to click on now that, oh, okay, now that the we got that roof there. I'm going to try to use the wall break tool and put a break right here. And then take this wall, this segment right here, open its dialog box, and go to the roof tab. And down here at the bottom, auto roof return. And I don't want a 36-inch one, I want a full return. There's a full return. See if it pops up. Not yet. I assume auto rebuild roofs is on. Yeah, it's still on. Well, that sometimes happens. You order one and it just doesn't appear. Oh, I get it. Let me turn this and show you why it's not working. See, this comes way out. Well, that's kind of what it shows in the picture when I told it. Well, the auto roofs are not going to do a perfect job, and it's hard to tell how far back this goes. So I'm going to turn off auto rebuild roofs. Go back up to the plan screen. I'm going to turn off auto rebuild because then the photograph, it doesn't look like it's, this photograph must be similar to, but not exactly what you're after, because this is a lot deeper here than what appears to be in the photograph. So see, a return would be over here against this wall, which is way behind. But you can draw them manually. This tool here is active, but I got auto roofs off. So now I can click on this screen, make that the active tool, and then I can manually left click drag a roof baseline right there, determine that it right about there. Now I don't want it, I want it to go that way. There's your return. Now, because it's going inside the house, it's chopping off the wall, so I'm going to pull it outside the wall like a return would be. Let me turn this. I'm just trying to ballpark this thing in because I don't know if the picture doesn't seem to fit exactly the floor plan that you drew. Now I'm going to take this edge of this return. Yeah, I'm going to pull this edge over and pull it to the right a little bit until it contacts the other roof. See, I'm watching it here, and okay, just back. Need a little more angle, looks like. Oops. I pulled it over and then it snapped back. Okay, it's good enough for now. And that's sticking through over here, so I'm going to pull this edge back to give it a similar angle. It's a little cleaner looking. Okay, so we got that part of it done. This thing in here is a wholly another matter. I'm just going to concentrate on the roofs. So we need a little gable, a big gable, and again, I'm not going to use auto roofs again because it's just going to screw things up, probably. I'm going to take a look at this, and this thing sticking up here shouldn't be there, but this, you may have altered the floor plan, and maybe that's why it's doing that. Yeah, it's kind of strange looking back here in the back. Of course, I don't have a picture of the back, but I wouldn't design it that way. Okay, I'm going to clean that up. See, it looks like there's several roof planes there. That ought to just be probably one. That's just my opinion. everything I say isn't chiseled in stone, but I'm going to take this roof plane here, now that one, and extend it over to here. Well, let's see, I guess we kind of need that one, not the wall, that. See, there's a covered porch there. That's fine. But this is kind of goofy. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm deleting it. And this one here is stupid. I'm gonna delete that one. And it's stupid just because I say it's stupid. Okay. Yeah. It's auto built, so it was built by a robot and not by a person. And enough said. Okay, I'm gonna see if this edge here will connect to this edge. Looks like it will not in its current state. All right, let's look at that. Well, since this is here, we can't just stretch this one over like I initially wanted to. But that's the way you designed it, and the floor plan design determines the roof geometry. Boy, what a mess. Okay, I'm going to try to just manually alter this by putting a break there and another break. Yeah, and try to take this edge that I just created and see if it won't tie into the edge I just drug over there. I think it did. Yeah, it looked like it did. But this doesn't look right. I'm going to rotate this overview. Yeah, I get it. See, this starts out here, and this roof starts in here. So that's what's creating that geometry. So these are probably the same pitch, so that they'll never connect to each other. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So that means, I think, this pitch has to be altered. Let me show you what I'm talking about so I don't confuse you. I'm going to do a cross-section camera over here. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see, I want to go to view or window. Yeah, window tile. It's horizontal right now, I want it vertically. There we go. So I'm going to put a cross-section camera right through those two roof planes there. Oh, they're not the same pitch. Okay. I thought they were the same pitch, and therefore they would remain parallel. Okay, never mind. Glad I looked. So I ought to be able to take this one and join roofs with this one. So yeah, okay, that worked. And then this edge here, I'm going to click on that, join roof planes with this edge. See if they'll join. It did. Okay, good. Well, that cleaned that up a little bit. Now we just have to see what can be done over here. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to simplify this roof by just bring this down to here, get rid of that little triangle there, and then this just fills in to over here. That makes better sense. Now, since we have a different pitch here and here, we're going to have to break up the line on this one right about there. So use the break line tool, and the software will figure out the exact geometry. It's good at that. And I'm going to take this line here and join roof planes with that new edge that I just created. Yeah. Now I just have this to clean up here, and then I can concentrate on the garage next. Okay, so I'm going to go over the plan screen. You can see these lines here. We can get rid of that. Let's see, how would this go? Okay, I think this would come over to here. Yeah. And this triangular part here that would break right about there. Not stick up like a flag. Oh, and this little part here, that just straightens out into a flat line. Oh, almost done. And then this edge here, I'm going to break it in the middle. And fill that in. And you'll see that close up. Yep. Now I'm going to finish up with the join roof planes tool. All these edges that I manually created and tentatively got together, I'm going to use this on every one of them. It looks pretty clean now. At least, you know, as a roof system. It looks more architecturally correct, if you'll allow me that. Let's see, I'm going to click over here, get the rotator. Yeah, it's much nicer looking too, in my opinion. And it would easier to build and so forth. Now, I realize all this over here isn't perfect, but I'm just trying to get you going in the right direction. Now we got this garage to do, and I see that there's one pitch here and another pitch here. Oh, okay. Now that I look at the photograph, the edge is angled at a different, okay. Man, you really picked a way too steep a target for a new person, in my opinion. You're way too ambitious. I've been using this software 24 years, and so I just go bang, 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 bang. I've had to figure all this out before. But for a new person, boy, wow, that would be tough. Okay, anyway, let me shut up and get back to working. I don't think I'm going to go there because it's really difficult. You got it started, and probably in this wall here, you put in a secondary pitch on the roof tab. Well, let's see, that says 12. What is the default set to? Well, no, the default is 12. You've got two pitches here. What is that? You click on it and see. That's 12. What's this one up here? 9. Okay. Well, I don't think you'll ever get that. I could show you, but I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to match architecturally this gable or these gables over here over the garage ought to match these here in terms of just architectural correctness. And they're 12, so I'm going to go with 12. This 9, I'm going to delete it. Okay. So click on that one. I'm going to delete it. And this roof plane here, this 9, 12 thing, if I can ever select it, yeah, I'm going to delete that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, with this tool active, I'm going to, on this screen, I'm going to draw that roof plane I just deleted back in. I just drawing a baseline there on the edge and going up that way. You'll see it appear momentarily. Yeah. And let me make sure that they match. Here's 128 and 11/16 is the baseline height, which is being picked up from the garage. Let's see this one. Okay, they match 128 and 11/16. Very good. So now I can take the upper edge of this one and join it to a ridge up here. Probably move a little bit. Yeah, it did. Make that even. Okay, now I'm going to take this edge and use the join roofs tool with this edge. Probably won't, okay, it did join, good. Okay, so we've evened out the roofs. Now we need the little gable and we need a return here. Now the return is relatively easy, or should be. It wasn't on the other side. Let's see if it works here. Okay, I'm going to go down to auto roof return full. Okay, see if one appears. Oh, okay, it worked over there. But we're only part of the way there. Now, the tricky part for a new person is this is all nice and neat, but it's not what the shown in the picture in this area. See, let me show you. This little gable here sticks out further, and the garage sticks out further in order to get that look. The photograph barely shows it, but I can look at the roof planes, and this is set back at least 3 feet from this side. You see that? Okay, well, you do or you don't. I see it. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. And rather than make the garage smaller, I'm going to make it larger. Ouch. And this auto roof return, I'm going to get rid of those dimensions. This auto roof return that I built, I'm going to turn it off until I'm finished messing around. Well, I can leave it there. Okay. So in the picture, there's two garage doors. So let's see the width. Let's make it 108. So it'll fit over here in one bay. Sorry if that was, you were looking forward to a 16-foot door. That's not what the photograph shows. Click over here to break that wall. Take this. Well, let me go back here. I'm going to click on that. Oh, well. The software automatically put it back together. Now I'm going to break that again. Click here. Click on this dimension. There we go. I'm going to put in plus 36. There we go. I'm going to close this up real quick. And the width here is 26, so that each of these ought to be about 13 feet wide. I'm just going to do it this way. You can, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take this door and where's the copy coming out? There it is. Put it over here. But that's more like the picture. We still got an auto return or kind of left over, but with this sticking out here like this, now I can go over here with my roof tool and create a roof right on the edge like that. I want it over the wall top. Okay, I'm going to reform this some. So it goes over here. Need some overhang over that wall. Okay, now I'm going to take this roof plane here and create this secondary ridge there by breaking it. Doesn't matter where, because the software will figure out the exact point. Bring it out there to create that. Yeah, so we got it. Now we don't want to return here, but that one thing at a time. Okay, I'm going to take this and join that secondary ridge. Yeah, like that. That looks nice. And on this wall, now that it's been split in two, I can open this one and go to the roof tab. Roof, there it is. And down here under auto roof return, I don't want a full here. I want a, let's see, let's try hip, and we'll go with 36 inches. This is how wide the things are. You'll see the change. Yeah. I think in the picture, they're not gable. Okay, so let me alter that. Go to the return, yeah, roof, and they're actually just gable, not hip. You get rid of a little bit of the geometry there. So that's about it. So you can put a window here, and now it looks like in the picture the eaves are slanted here, and I can do that, but I don't think you could. I could be wrong, but you ought to be happy with just this. It's pretty close. And if you want to show your builder that you want, see, I don't see curved eaves over here, or here, or here, or here, just here. It's probably curved over here as well, but basically the last 24 inches or so of the roof plane is at a different pitch. So like the first 24 inches is at, this is 12-12 currently. And you would have a little section in here that's 10-12. So it goes up at a different angle and then meets the 12-12. And it's complicated. I've done it before, but I wouldn't wish it on a new user. Anyway, I hope this video helps, and the edited file that I did. Oh, I guess I should do the porch. So you don't want just invisible walls over here. You got to have something over here to support this stuff. So I'm going to shift select these invisible walls that you put there to define the porch, and I'm going to reprogram them. I don't want them invisible. I don't care about no locate means dimensions. Automatic dimensions won't locate them, which you may want to do later if you. That's up to you. I'm going to go over here now that they're visible. I'm going to go to the wall types and change the wall type to railing fence, and then I'm going to go to rail style. Specify that they're railings, and I don't want a half post at the where these walls terminate with the house. I don't want a half post. Okay, that's what that setting's for. I want post to beam. I want open like currently selected here, and these don't apply when you don't have balusters. So I'm going to uncheck those. I'm going to go over here to newels and balusters, and I want the balusters and newels to show, but not the rails. Now, of course, the newels are too small, so let me open those. I didn't. Those posts look like about 6 by 6, so I'll go over to newels and balusters and change this from 2 inches to 5.5 inches. That looks better. You'll see these all get larger. Now, of course, we don't want a post in the middle there. Probably don't want one here. So I'm going to take this wall and go to the newels and balusters and change the spacing to a large figure. It doesn't matter what the figure is. Just got rid of the center post, that's all. Same thing here. I'm going to click on this wall and then open its dialog box and do the same thing, basically. Get rid of the center post, go to newels and balusters, change the spacing so it doesn't create an extra post in the middle. And it's more like, you know, what the picture shows. And let's see, we need a return here. So I'm going to click on this wall. Well, that's not going to work with this split into two walls. I'm going to click on this and just drag it over so that it closes that space. And then while it's still selected, I'm going to open it up and tell it to have a return. See, this is an auto-generated wall by the software when I change the characteristics on that porch room. So what I want is that full. Okay. Most of the time it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. It didn't work. Okay. You would draw one in there manually. If the automatic tools fail, you still have in Pro, you have your manual tools to fill in. Now you further have to really get this. It's a little bit hard to see in detail from just the one photo, but what I'm going to do is take an invisible wall, room divider wall. I can find it. Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to section this part off from the rest of the porch. This part of the porch I want to have no ceiling. So we'll go over to the structure tab. And okay, it has no ceiling. And just to keep it simple, I'm going to take this part of the porch and turn its flat ceiling on. So that's so I can take this wall here. I'm going to open it up. You can't delete it. It was automatically placed there by the software, and it's very possessive of that sort of thing. So I'm going to make it invisible manually. So then you can draw, you know, some stuff up here. I can see there's that wall back there. I'm going to have to extend it over to fill in. Otherwise, it looks ugly. Yeah. So then in another tutorial video, I or somebody else could show you how to use slope soffits and you know, make that look like a custom truss. The only other thing I thought here was I'm going to grab these walls again. And group select them. By the way, I clicked on one, pressed the shift key, and then left clicked on the others while holding the shift key down. That's how you get a group select. I'm going to go over here to the newels and balusters, and see right here under newels, it's using just a square post. I'm going to go to the white, and I'm just going to point you in the direction. I'm going to do it for you, but I'm going to go over here to millwork. I don't know if there's any columns like this. Let's take a look. Well, that's sort of kind of. None of these look exactly like the ones in the photograph. You might have to make those from scratch out of a custom slab and a post. I think what I'm going to do is just do it manually to show you that it can be done, because there's nothing in the library. You might be able to download something from 3D Warehouse of SketchUp software, but let's not make it overly hard. I'm going to just zoom in over here on the screen, and I'll do it with a cabinet. I'm going to put a cabinet there. You see there's the cabinet. And I'm going to get rid of this by delete, and I'm going to change this face here to a blank area. I'm going to get rid of the toe kick by zeroing out the geometry of the toe kick. So now it's just basically a column. which I'm gonna resize to your columns look to be about 14 inches, 14 by 14. Wait a minute, not height, 14 by 14. Yeah, like that. And then there's a cap on top. That's the, in this case, of the countertop, which I'm gonna make 3 inches thick. Yeah. And then we'll go over here to the materials. Excuse me. And there's no hardware because I took it all off. Toe kick, there's no toe kick anymore. So we want to do the cabinet, and press the shift key, and we want to do, I know there's no doors, but oh, I don't want that. Let's see. Let me hit the control key. Yeah, there we go. Don't care about that and that. Okay, I'm going to go over and I think in plan materials it's probably stacked stone. You can download something from the Home Designer website a little racier than this, but this is, I know, comes with Home Designer Pro. Let's see, I guess it'd be under, where's that? I think it's under masonry and stone. Yeah, there it is, stacked stone. So there's the body of the thing, and then this up here, I'm going to select countertop. Of course, you wouldn't have countertop material on it. You'd have something like, I'm going to go over here to library materials. Close that. Go to masonry and stone again. And stone slab. And usually they use a lot of limestone, so I'm just going to, you can pick whatever you want. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm going to make it that color. So there's my basic column, see? Now I'm going to take, boy, those are huge. I got them at 14 by 14 by 36 tall. Oh, maybe they're 12 by 12. Okay, that looks a little better. I'm going to take this and just grab it with the control key, because otherwise the cabinet would bump into things. And I'm going to copy that, control key drag. I'm going to, again, click on that, copy, control key drag. Try to center it there. You have to use the control key to go through that wall. Don't be surprised if these automatically move later. You just have to put them back. Software's really good, but it's not perfect. Never will be perfect. It's end users who make things perfect that appear perfect. Okay, that's a little bit closer. Now, of course, the slab, you might have to enlarge the slab a little bit to support the columns. And an easy way to do that in Pro, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to take this polyline tool and I'm going to go a little bit wider just so it includes the edges of the column and supports them. Now, right now, this is a two-dimensional object, so you're not going to see anything in the camera side. I'm going to take it and reshape it to the outside of the column. I'm just roughing this in, giving you the general idea. But we need something to support those columns. They wouldn't just hang over in space. Now I'm going to use a convert tool to convert that to a slab. And I'll get a dialog to tell I want the slab as thick as the foundation, so I'm going to make it 42 inches thick. And I want the top, yeah, at 0 should be fine. And voila, now the columns are supported. So that's what I can do to help. And I realize it's complicated, but you chose an extremely difficult house to model while learning the software. That's your fault, not the software. Anyway, hope this helps you. Have a good day. I'm out of here. Bye.